All right, welcome to episode 34. My name's Montel. Our co-host is John. What's going on, man?
Not much. Just ready for this holidays to be done. We're getting there. Because working in retail with the holidays is always rough, but also ready to spend time with some family too coming up end of this week. So, um, what about you? How things been going for you?
Uh, I'm starting to settle in. I'm starting to get some furniture and stuff in my office settled. So I think the last thing I have is my desk, and I'm not doing it. I'm gonna pay somebody to do it. So they're doing it on Thursday. She was off today, which what is today, the 16th. So I didn't do nothing, just put shit together. So I'm ready to get out of that phase of putting shit together when you move in. So I'm good.
Right. That's good. That's good. Glad that it's light at the end of the tunnel for you.
Oh, dude, it's like I can only do like one thing a day. It just takes so much out of you. So yeah, let's get right into it. What you got for the IR?
All right. So injury news. So it looks like Sutton and Wilson have both been ruled out. um, Pickett is doubtful. Um, Sounds like Tyler Lockett's going to be missing at least one game, having surgery on his finger.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Lamar Jackson has been ruled out, which sucks for me, but it is what it is. Um, Hopefully, speedy recovery for him, just so he can get back out there. Ravens definitely could use him.
Yeah, their backup was on I think questionable because he took a pretty bad hit, I think, last week.
Did he? I didn't see
Mm-hmm.
anything in the news about it. So um, Kyler Murray is going to have plenty of time to be playing some Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm. Boy.
Torn ACL.
Yep.
So
Eight, 6 to 8 months. You got plenty of
yeah.
time.
And then some good news for the Raiders. Hunter Renfro and Darren Waller are coming off of the IR. So they should be able to play in this upcoming game, or at least the one after.
The Raiders need them.
Yeah. But that's all I got. What do you got for news this week?
I wanted to talk a little bit. Did you hear about Mike White pretty much getting his freaking head put over his ass in that hit that he took last week?
I did not.
Oh man, he pretty much broke a rib, I think, or something, and he is have been begging the Jets to clear him to play, and they will not. So uh, our boy Zach Wilson gets to start again. So you'll have to. I'll send you that head when we get done recording. It was his. He went backwards, but his head was over his feet, like in the air. So
Dang.
yeah, took a big shot, but he's a baller. He'll be fine.
Right.
News wise, here we go again. Tom Brady is set to retire, is what most insiders believe, and all I have here is again after my my note there. So uh, I don't know. Hopefully it's not a circus like it was last year.
Hmm. I don't know if he retires and comes back. I'm just going to call him Favre 2.0.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Like you pretty much ruined your life to come back to a shitty 6 7 bucks team. And yeah, you turned your life upside down for a shot at the Super Bowl and you failed miserably. So was it worth it? Probably not.
Who knows?
No,
Who
probably
knows?
not. Yeah, probably not. I wouldn't have done it. But you have seven, what, seven Super Bowls? Like, what do you have to
Yeah.
prove? And then you turn around to lose to freaking Brock Purdy. We got so yeah, he just call it quits, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know you got shit to do. After beating the Seahawks on Thursday Night Football, the 49ers have clinched the NFC West and will have at least one home playoff game. And my side note here is, who the fuck is Brock Purdy? Dude is balling. He went 17 to 26 for 217 and two touchdowns, QBR of 117. In his last two starts, he's gone 58 for 84 for six touchdowns, one INT with a total QBR of 113. He was Mr. Irrelevant from Iowa State. So it doesn't really seem to matter who the 49ers put in at quarterback, because what are they, 10-3 now after they won that? They just win. I hate it.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I just hate it, man. But yeah, he outdueled Tom Brady, so they called it irrelevant versus the GOAT, which I think is funny. But he's putting this stamp on the league. They'll know who he is. Um,
Right.
I'm just curious if Shanahan will let him start over Trey Lance next year if he's clearly the better quarterback. Trey Lance looked woefully unprepared every time I saw him play. They probably could thank Jimmy G for saving their season. Yeah.
I mean, at the very least, there'll be a quarterback competition. So,
Yeah, not a controversy, right? Because you spend a first round pick on a quarterback, he's gonna play.
mhm.
Square peg in the round hole syndrome. So, let's see. Next on my list is the NFL owners have approved $2.1 billion for the Titans Stadium, and they've also approved the lease deal for the Bill Stadium. I'm not sure what the second one entails, but um, yeah, $2.1 billion to help them build a stadium. I guess maybe they don't have to beg taxpayers to foot the bill in Nashville.
Right.
Yeah, so National Weather Service is reporting that 9 inches of snow is projected for the Buffalo Bills Dolphins game on Saturday. I don't know about you, but I don't want to be dealing with no 9 inches of snow driving to a game. So I don't think it'll be very much fun playing in it either.
I mean, the Bills should be used to it. I mean, I was watching like stuff on YouTube of like how the Bills Mafia like helped the players like get dug out
I'm not
whenever they had to
surprised.
go
Like,
play in Detroit.
yeah, I'm not
So,
surprised. Bills Mafia, man. Have you seen some of the shit where they're like jumping off RVs on the tables and stuff? They are a bunch of psychopaths.
hey, but that's a good fan base to have to help the players get out instead of like, not my problem, fuck them.
No, no, they're good people. I think it was a few years ago. I can't remember who it was, but they needed a bad team to beat a good team to get in the playoffs, and the bad team won, and they donated to like the Kickers charity or whatever after they got into the playoffs for the first time in some years. So
Yeah.
they're psychopaths, but they're good people at the same time. It's a little nutty. Oh boy, the NFL won't allow the Raiders to use a holder on kickoffs anymore.
I
So
was wondering if you were going to bring that up.
yeah, it's not cheating. It's not. It's really
it,
just I don't know how to word it. Just bending the rules
it
as much as
wasn't
you can.
it wasn't in the rule book from what I heard.
No,
So
so you can do it if so apparently if when it's windy or whatever and the ball keeps falling off the tee, they've always allowed teams to do that because you're gonna keep having it happen.
yeah, but I think that's to the ref's discretion
Right.
instead of just going out there and. But yeah, they were not necessarily bending the rules, but taking advantage
Yeah,
of.
they were bending a little bit. They were putting
Is
the
it though if
ball on
it's not
top of the
in the
tee.
rule book?
Mm-mm.
That's the thing. So I can't say they're bending it, but they're definitely taking advantage of it.
They were. Um, so they were putting the ball on top of the tee. Normally, people just set it inside of it and hold it if it keeps falling over, but they're setting it on the
Yeah.
top. And Pat McAfee, he's
Uh-huh.
a nut, kind of explained that when you do that, you change the ball trajectory to where it's like a punt. instead, and that is really advantageous on kickoffs because yeah, you're getting like 4 and 5 second hang times. Well, John, everybody on the fucking kickoffs runs like a 4.45, so you can't uh,
Exactly.
you can't do anything about it. So yeah,
So we'll see how that will affect the outcome of this upcoming game.
I mean, I haven't had many Raiders games this year, so which by the way, we won't be doing that this week either. Still don't have access to my computer, but should have it by next week. But yeah, it'll be fun. They'll probably lose just because they enjoy it. I think they're masochists. Lastly, big news this week: Mexico won't be getting an NFL game next year. Apparently, they're getting ready for the World Cup. I thought it was like every 4 years though. So they're going to be renovating the stadium that they normally use for the NFL games there. So it looks like the most likely outcome is Germany is going to get 2 games next year. And you remember we were talking a few weeks ago about how they just could not get enough space. Like 2 million requests. There's like 40,000 or 50,000 seats. So
Right.
yeah, those fans overseas will have 2 shots at it next year, hopefully. So let's see. Next up, just gonna go over its fantasy playoff season. So I have a bye in all the leagues that I'm in, so I don't have anything to really talk about. How are you feeling in your playoffs?
Well, in the Just for Fun League, I'm feeling so confident that I'll end up in last place. So, you know,
You want me to change the name of the trophy to like King Shit or something, or
might as well. King of the basement.
King of
That's where I've been all year.
the Basement King?
Um,
I don't know how. You like, yeah, I
and
still.
then I don't either. And then in the Money League, I have limped into the playoffs.
It's okay. A win's a win.
Um, I thought I was going to lose whenever like I was looking at the score and I was like, oh, he still has Hopkins and Hopkins is averaging 20 points.
Mm-hmm.
If that happens, I'm out.
Yeah. Nuke is a beast, and he has half as much wear and tear as the rest of the league. So
Um, but luckily for me, that didn't happen. So I won last week to, I think, get the last spot in the playoffs. And I'm up against Mud Dogs, and he had McCaffrey go off. But luckily, I had Noah Fant kind of do pretty good for a tight end, like 14 points, I think.
that's not bad at all.
So there's a chance. I need my team to play like they did at the beginning of the year instead of these mediocre games of like 94 points these last like 5 or 6 weeks.
Yeah, we were both what 5-0, 4-0, something like that towards the beginning of the year, and I've lost a couple. I'll just say bullshit ones in that league where I'm just like, if I had played anybody else besides that person, I would have won. It happened
Yeah.
2 or 3 weeks in a row. It gets really frustrating and kind of annoying. So I feel that pain.
So um, we'll see. I think if I win, I think you and I play. I
Mm-hmm.
think you play whoever wins in my game this week. So
I'm the 2 seed in the money league. Taylor's the one.
yeah. So we'll see. Maybe I'll beat you when it actually matters.
I just want the money. So you want it. Let me have this. I just want the money.
Right. Right. Um, but other than that, we'll see how things go. Once again, made it into the playoffs. I just need to make a deep run in the playoffs, and
Right.
that's one thing that's been my Achilles heel these last like 3 years.
Well, shit. I think the year before last, I went like 2-12. So I paid paid $50 to get my ass kicked all year. That's much sad.
um, but yeah, I know we don't have games, so I don't know if there's anything else.
Now I've got trivia. I don't know if you got any.
I don't. Mainly this week, I just kind of forgot to try to find some. But
It's okay. Well. I think the last 2 weeks you've got it pretty quick. So this one I try to make a little tougher for you. Uh,
Oh boy.
yeah. So what two NFL divisions have a chance this weekend to be the first, excuse me, two since 1935 to have all four teams end over 500 for the season? I'll give you a hint. One is in the NFC, one's in the AFC.
Um, First one that comes to mind is the NFC East,
Correct. Yep.
and I haven't even really kept up with the AFC. The No, because the Steelers haven't been that great.
Mm-mm.
Um,
I'll say this:
is it
our division has played this division.
the AFC East
It is
with the
indeed both.
Titans and all of them?
Yep, with the
Yeah,
Pats, Dolphins, Bills, somebody else, Jets. Yeah. So if I think I don't know who needs to win, but if they get a couple dubs this week, they have no way that they can go over 500 under 500. So um, that kind of helps out my team a little bit because we've let's see, Bills smashed them. No, we didn't smash them. We won it the last uh, beat the Jets, beat the Pats, and we beat the Dolphins without Tua. But I think that'll help our some kind of weird ass NFL tiebreaker down the line. NFC
I'm
East,
sure.
let's see, beat the Redskins, lost
No,
about the
not the
Cowboys.
Redskins anymore, sir.
Oh, sorry, beat the Commanders. I'm sorry. Beat the Commanders. We lost to Dallas and Philly. I think we'll beat the Giants, so we'll be um 2-2 against that division. So,
Yeah,
and the Lions fucked us when they beat us last week. So,
the, Dan Campbell has turned that team around.
yeah, we we said it several times last year that they'll suck for a year or two, but they're scrappy. So,
Yeah,
and I've said several times where the Lions are that team where if you want to win a Super Bowl, you should probably beat them. But if you show up and play flat, they're gonna punch you in your mouth. So can't hate the
exactly.
Lions. I mean, they don't really have much to live for because they're Lions fans anyway. So, but yeah, they might have cost us a 2 seed by beating us. So
But yeah, and also like we said last year, like yeah, they had like a really poor record, but like just the fact that they were in like damn near every game.
yep, I think the bad thing is like they look good against the Eagles.
Hmm.
They look good against the Cowboys, and those are so the Eagles are the 1 seed. The Cowboys will probably be the 5 because you can't be a 1 through 4 if you don't win your division. So,
Right.
um, and then they beat the 2 seed, which is the Vikings. So I don't know if I'd want to play the Lions in the playoffs just because they're starting to kind of pick up a little bit.
Right.
Um, it'll be tough for them to make it, honestly. I know there isn't going to be an NFC South team in the wild card because they are god awful. Their division leader is 6-7, 6-7.
And that's the Bucks, right?
Yeah, and the Falcons are 1 game behind them, like for the division lead. And I think they're like 4-8 or something ridiculous. That division is trash. Like it is so bad. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah.
So is
I don't know.
plus
I don't even think there's a way for the Packers to even make it to the playoffs, if I'm being honest.
I don't think so because we can clinch the North tomorrow or today because it's actually like 1:30 on the 17th. So
Yeah.
um, we can clinch tomorrow or today. Sorry, um, you're behind Detroit. and I think they're 7-7. And are the Packers like 5-8 or 5-8, 6-8?
Who knows?
Haven't kept
I I
too much
haven't kept up
pain.
with it.
I get it, yeah. So they'd have to pretty much win out and hope one of the NFC East teams does really shitty so they can get into the playoffs. But like I said, there's really no way for anybody in that division to go under 500 if they win tomorrow or Sunday, whenever they play. So
Yeah, I'm just I'm already just looking forward to the off season so the Packers can go ahead and not sign anybody and screw up the draft again. So
isn't this Love's? Is this Love's last year?
unless if they pick up the fifth year option, which
You think they will?
I I don't know. The GM came out last week, early this week, and said something along the lines of, "We've seen what we need to see from him. We'll decide if we
What?
want to pick it up," or something along those lines. I'm like,
Y'all, I mean, y'all screwed him out of a starting job by kind of, I don't want to say this like that, by satisfying your starting quarterback to completion. I'll say it like that because Rodgers
uh-huh.
wasn't supposed to be here. So I honestly, if I was him, I wouldn't even want to be in Green Bay. Maybe somebody will give him a starting job. I think he'll be good in Atlanta.
It doesn't seem like anybody's wanting to trade for him. Like he's been shopped around from what I've heard, and
Well,
nobody
you waste a
now.
draft pick. You can sign him cheap.
Now, granted, I don't know if it's necessarily the asking price is too high, which I feel like it.
Mhm.
That's what they're asking for.
I'd give
But
up a fifth or a sixth for him. I mean,
I think they're asking for like at least a second.
yeah, you're smoking crack, like crack off the stove. If you think you're getting a second for him, especially, it'd be different if he was playing like
Right.
meaningful minutes. I said minutes like it's basketball. If he was actually like, if you guys gave him a shot, but you've let Aaron Rodgers hold you hostage for, I don't know, 4 years now. Will he retire? When he retire? Like,
Right.
you can't expect a second. There's no way.
No, it's just one of those things where I'm like, we'll see. I mean, at least this year we get a high draft pick, which we'll probably trade out of the first round for.
The old Bill Belichick strategy. It'll be
We're
all
like, oh,
right.
there's a wide receiver that we could use. Nah, let's not draft him. Let's draft. Let's trade back.
I mean, you could do what the Vikings did and trade your pick away and let the guy they drafted burn you for a 40-something yard touchdown and look like a complete moron.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you don't trade to you don't trade a
In
middle.
his second game too. His
Yeah,
second game.
yeah. Second game, first catch of his career goes for a touchdown. And I was like, this is me. I'm like, he's gonna score touchdown. There's gonna be like a couple of big touchdowns. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm just gonna say this. If they don't fire the defensive coordinator after this year, I might need to find a new team. Because you can't give up 400 yards and they've given up 40 yards in 5 straight games. Like, not even the good quarterbacks. Fucking Mike
Yeah.
White, Jared Goff.
But
Who's the quarterback for New England? Help me out. Mac Jones.
Mac Jones,
So not even like great quarterbacks. They're just getting ripped to shit.
like I'm just thankful that that's what happened because I can't imagine a team with Justin Jefferson and Jamison Williams on it.
Oh my god. We got a consolation prize. We got Jalen Rager, I guess, who
I thought he got cut.
he got cut by the Eagles and the Vikings picked him up.
I thought the Vikings cut him.
Oh no,
Oh,
he's a punt returner and a gadget man on like jet sweeps for them. He caught
gotcha.
a 40-yard pass the other day from Kurt. Um, but I really ain't got nothing else.
Yeah.
Check my agenda. Nope, that's it. You got anything else you want to cover?
No, I think we've pretty much covered everything we needed to.
Good deal. Well, if you guys feel like leaving us a voicemail, feel free to click the link in the show notes. You can also send us an email at after the final whistle podcast at gmail.com. We're available on 9 platforms, including YouTube, Pocket Cast, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and Spotify. I'm Montel, and I just want to thank you all for tuning in.
Yep. Until next week, everybody, take care.
I appreciate y'all. Peace.